A lot of people like to just manually stand still and hit the zip line, and you got to like attach yourself and then you go. But with the zip line, you can jump, grab it, and again, it's going to skip that initial animation where it's going to launch you, and just you grab it on it right away and start zooming you. Tip number 4, which is very underrated, in the gulag, a lot of people don't know this or don't do this, but you can actually go up the zip line really quick to win it. And this goes back to tip number 3. Don't do it the slow way. You can smoke out middle map, maybe mess with your enemy a little bit, especially if you're weak and you feel like there's no way you're going to win this 1v1 gunfight with this little health. What you want to do is you want to smoke, and then you want to jump and grab the zip line, and it's going to launch you pretty quickly up, and it's very hard for them to kill you, and you should get the W. Tip number 5. In this game, money is low, and it's kind of harder to find money in general. One, you get instantly a lot of loot in this building. Armor plates, really good weapons, anything to take out the people next to you. On top of it, it's a great spot for high kills. You're going to see a lot of pro players and good, just top tier players landing here, because not only do you get kills initially, there's a buy right next to you, a buy station where you can buy weapons or a loadout or a UAV. And on top of it, you have a balloon where you can grab and rotate to anywhere else on the map and keep going for them kills. Tip number 3, we're going to be talking about cutting the animations off the balloon and the zip line. If you did not know, if you just let your character do it by itself, there's an animation between 1 to 2 seconds where you basically can't move, can't do anything, and you're easy pickings. But if you jump when you grab the balloon, you automatically skip that initial animation, and it tends to launch your character very quickly, and it's going to save your lives a lot of the time, because you know, people like to camp around the balloon and take you out. And the same thing goes for those zip lines. Tip number 5. In this game, money is low, and it's kind of harder to find money in general. Contracts are your best friend. We're talking about scavenger or even a most wanted, because when you open up crates, you finish the most wanted quickly. This is going to be super good to utilize to get a loadout a lot quicker. You're going to see people starting to do this more and more as the game go on and progresses. People are grabbing these early scavengers and these early most wanteds because it allows you to grab that money very quickly, especially if you're playing with a team, because your teammates can help you finish those contracts a lot quicker, and boom, you have a loadout instantly versus just looking for the money, and it takes you like a couple minutes, 5 minutes just to get enough. Tip number 6, we're going to be talking about stims. They are back in the new Warzone. They actually give you that huge movement boost that a lot of people used to love back in Caldera, back in Warzone 1. That boost where it gives you, it obviously heals your health back, but it gives you that increase in movement speed, which allows you to kind of like juke your enemy, hit your enemy with a movement, and it makes them hard to trace you. Tip number 7, it goes back to the money. In the gulag, there is a lot of money sitting around. Sometimes in the middle of the map of the gulag, sometimes there's like a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 of cash just sitting there. You definitely want to try, as you're fighting your opponent, grabbing some money, but that shouldn't be your main gulag. Tip number 8, with movement being back in Warzone, a big thing people tend to do and used to do back in the old Warzone is you can now slide down stairs, slide down hills, slide down any like slope, ramps very effectively. And this is good to maneuver around the map. This is good to save your life. This is good to cut time. If you have auto deploy on, you're just gonna get picked and you're gonna die. So make sure to have this setting off. Tip 18, you can make your mini map bigger. So usually your mini map is a circle, but if you turn it into a square in your settings and interface, this is going to make it on your mini map. Tip 19, which is a pretty cool new thing they added in this game. If you look away from a flash, it actually does not affect you. We're talking about CSGO style. So you can flash yourself, turn around if enemy is about to push you, and it will flash him, but not you. This is kind of fun to use and to think about. Just know, like, if you think someone's about to flash you and you turn around or turn your head around, you either would get slightly affected by the flash or not at all, you know? So it allows you to do things very well on the map. Tip number 15, whenever you're changing your attachments on the weapons, if you press L2 or whatever button it is for you to show more, it could be L1 or whatever console you're on or PC, it's going to basically show you more information about the attachment, which is really awesome because they didn't have this in the past Call of Duty, and it tells you the numbers to like how much it takes away from the ADS, the cons, the pros. Tip number 16, quick fix is your best friend. Regenerate very slow. So quick fix helps with that. One, usually when you start plating up, about I think it's like a half-second delay, immediately starts healing you. So you pretty much get your health back a second later as soon as you start plating up, right? And obviously if you get a knock or a kill, I believe, it also gives your health back and you start healing right away. So this is a good perk, especially for the new Warzone, and it allows you to take on multiple enemies at once. Tip number 17, turn this setting off. Parachute, auto deploy off. You want this off. Here's why. It basically, as soon as you get too low to the floor, it automatically opens up your parachute. This makes you easy to get picked, and two, you can't really make any plays on anybody. When you turn this setting off, you can dive on people very quickly. Now, it takes a little practice before you start breaking your legs a lot like timthetatman, but this takes practice, and once you get it down, you can fly down on enemies very fast, very quickly, and catch them off guard. You can get jumps on a lot of people. This can save your life.